Hi, everyone. Roger Sadowsky here, and I wanted to take an opportunity to talk a little bit about how wood is graded for musical instruments. First of all, in terms of all wood grading, the top 10% of wood is where musical instrument wood comes from. And within that top 10%, musical instrument wood is 1%, the top 1% of that 10%. So we're talking about just literally the finest quality woods that are available. And some of the things that we select for with wood is the direction of the grain. I think you can see on the end of this neck that the wood runs vertically. The grain lines go vertically. This is referred to as quartersawn, and it's just that one section in the round log where the grain runs this way. You can also see it from the heel as well. The grain runs vertically. This is the highest grade possible. It's also the wood that is the stiffest this way as well. Almost all production instruments today, the wood is flat sawn. The grain goes this way. Now that's totally fine. Thousands of guitars and basses are made that way. But quartersawn is the ultimate in quality, and that's what we use on the Metro lines, the Masterbuilt, and the custom shop instruments. Now within that, there are some cosmetic issues with wood. And they're not issues because they don't mean that anything's wrong with it. It's just nature being nature. And not every piece of wood looks exactly the same. If you wanted that to happen, you'd need to use synthetic products like Formica if you wanted to have identical wood grain. So within the maple of this fingerboard, you can see these straight, darker lines. Those are just referred to as mineral streaks. They're totally normal. They don't represent anything of lower quality at all. I have some other necks here as well. You can see on this neck, this little aberration there. That's just nature being nature. It's not a defect. Let me see if I can find another example for you. Here as well, you can see these darker lines here and here. You can see this grain here. This is just nature, and nature expresses its beauty in many different ways. Another example is this mineral line here. This is totally normal. Again, we're talking about the ultimate highest selection of maple possible, especially today when we're dealing with sustainability issues. It would break my heart to reject a neck like this just for these cosmetic differences from one piece of wood to another. Of course, when you're dealing with Metroline, Masterbuilt, and Custom Shop, if you had 10 necks, for example, you would, of course, select the one that was the ultimate, okay? And because you're dealing with a higher price point instrument. And again, talking about sustainability, I encourage all of you to watch a video on YouTube done by Bob Taylor discussing his ebony project in Africa. And what he discovered years ago was that 90% of the ebony trees being cut in Africa were left on the floor to rot because they weren't jet black. And so Bob decided that he personally would start using the ebony that had more gray streaks in it and coloration, and create a new standard for what is beautiful with regards to ebony. Just like no one expects jet black ebony anymore, no one can expect pure white perfect maple anymore. It virtually doesn't exist, and what does is reserved for the quality custom shop instruments. So I hope you understand a little more about variations in wood. These are cosmetic issues only. They in no way reflect any type of defect in the wood itself. We are committed to using the absolute highest quality wood possible for our Metro line instruments.